All right, welcome Triton Trojans fans. Andy O'Hara alongside Orion Lemler here as we're live from the Trojan Trench as the Lady Trojans welcome in the Lady Panthers of Northwood. Of course, Triton coming off that big win against Wawasee a couple nights ago. Triton leading the way was Lexia Hostrawser with a season high for the whole team, and for her, a career high 16 points on the night. Tonight, Triton's got a big, tall task ahead of them, a 4-2 Northwood team, losing only to Penn and Norwell, but wins against Rochester, Elkhart Central, Mishawaka, and South Bend Riley. This Northwood team is a very good team. You heard Adam Heckaman and myself talk from Saturday night and how this Northwood team is a very quick, very tall team. They can beat you on all different levels, so you're going to have to play your best basketball tonight. Unfortunately for our Lady Trojans, we are missing Whytnie Miller tonight. We will not have her, so with her being out, who's going to step up? Lexia Hostrawser, we know she can do it. You can't misjudge Chelsea Johnson and Alyxa Viers. Both of them do a very good job, work really well in the post. Alyxa can really throw her body around and do a good job to use that momentum and get some good looks at the basket. Chelsea Johnson, a very good rebounder. Those two can really grab the rebounds and put them back. That's where Triton's going to have to really excel tonight. Jaela Faulkner and Delanie Groves are really going to have to hold down that point or those guard spots. Tonight we know Triton can really give themselves open opportunities to shoot the basketball, but for tonight, for what they've got to do, they're going to have to play all hands on deck tonight because Northwood's going to be a tough out here tonight. So Triton coming in here, Northwood is favored 51-27 according to John Harrell of what they'll be doing here tonight. But as far as it goes, Triton is a very good, the team's improved on all levels. They're really circling to the basketball. They're doing a real good job communicating and moving the basketball. This team has improved each game. You can't go by what a record says in 1-5. This team is better than 1-5. They've proven that. They proved that Saturday. And games they played, look at Argus, how they were in that game, losing in overtime. They hung with South Central. Bremen they held with for a little while, but they just couldn't get the shots going. And then Plymouth was a very talented team, came in here, and they kind of took care of business. But Triton tonight, what do they got to do? You got to look and see what they can. Going to have to defensively, they're going to have to really keep doing what they're doing. They play a real good job defensively. Going to have to watch foul trouble as we're not going to have that deep bench missing. Of course, missing Whytnie Miller. Defensively, we're going to have to be working in as far as the aggressive scoring, you're going to have to pick it up. We know everybody can score. You look at Alyxa Viers, she can score. Chelsea Johnson, she can score. Faulkner can drive to the basket and do a lot of good things. Delanie Groves, she can shoot from outside. Of course, Hostrawser can score as well. And then you got people come off the bench like Emma Hepler, another really talented guard who can really shoot the basketball. She's got a real good deep shot, very good ball handling. You can't forget freshman Taren Yates, another one who can come in and shoot the basketball very well and play at a very high level. Only as a freshman, she has a lot of promise as she moves on. Triton out-rebounded and went Wawasee their night 41-31. And they had 8 assists on the night, and that coming from three different players with 2 assists was Faulkner, Groves, and Whytnie Miller. So tonight we're going to have to step up and really do a good job of kind of working with each other tonight. It's going to be a tall task either way you look at it. It's a very tough team we're facing, and Triton, especially a win here tonight, or to come out and play hard, especially on your home court. Triton here recently has played very well here at the Trojan Trench. These girls are improving. It's going to be tough here tonight, but these girls definitely have a chance against a very tough Northwood team to try to use that momentum from Saturday night and use that here. Coach Adam Heckaman says that we're getting the right thing because the ball just needs to drop in the basket. You watch how they move around. Delanie Groves, you can't leave her alone for long. She's the sniper there from the three-point line. She can also hit some mid-range jumpers too, so she's a very accurate shooter. She's a very good catch and shoot. She does a real good job with that. And then you have to kind of start creating your own shots. You're going to keep moving around the basketball. Keep smart with the passing. That's one thing. Triton did really good the other night. Only 13 turnovers. If they can keep that around 10, Triton's going to have a good chance to win this ball game. But Northwood, a very tough team coming out of the Class 3A. They're going to be tough. Of course, Northwood tonight wearing their away black uniforms with Northwood in black and white lettering across the chest with red numerals outlined in white. And of course, Triton in their home white uniforms with the blue shoulders, letters in gold outlined in blue. And of course, their shoes are the yellow shoes, which I kind of find I always like to look at the team shoes. But anyway, Triton, like I said, tonight, tall task. We'll see what Adam Heckaman has in store for us. He said it was going to be a tough matchup. It's going to be hard to not have Whytnie Miller time. She popped her kneecap out. But with her coming back in, Triton, if they can do some good things here tonight and really kind of keep that momentum going into the tournament on Saturday, and then when they host Sheridan, Lakeland, and Leo, for the tournament. They'll play Sheridan first, but if they can continue working towards that, this team has got a very good chance to be very, like I said, very successful down the road. So as we're inside a minute here, we're going to have starting lineups coming up, or the national anthem followed by the starting lineups. Be interesting to see what Adam Heckaman puts out on the floor here tonight as Triton hosts Northwood. Of course, in the JV game, Triton won in overtime 26-25 at Barnburn. If you're watching on the other channel, or the other stream we had going, it was a good one. It came down to a Northwood tied up with a 3 from Emma Martz on the far side, and then trying to come back and answer with their own with Abbey Viers from the line, which scored 12 points, led all scorers, and then Taren Yates added 9 of her own. So we'll be right back here as soon as we get the national anthem out of the way. And our starting lineups.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Triton tonight's contest. Northwood Lady Panthers and their Triton Lady Trojans. On behalf of the Triton community and the entire staff and student body of Triton Junior High School, we'd like to welcome Northwood as our guest at tonight's contest. This time, we will please remain standing and gentlemen kind of move your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, that was the Triton band playing the national anthem here for us tonight. The band is in attendance. Of course, we had the football awards earlier tonight. So we'll get Northwood's starting lineup here to start it out. So starting for them, we got Trenshaw, Filstra, Bergman, Payne, and Ruley. The starting line for Northwood, and that's Adam Yoder in his 3rd season there. 5th season there. So we'll get ready for the blue swish here.
Number 4, Jaela Faulkner. Number 10, Delanie Groves. Number 32, Lexia Hostrawser. Number 40, Chelsea Johnson. And number 44, Alyxa Viers.
So there's the starting line for our Lady Trojans: Faulkner, Groves, Hostrawser, Johnson, and Viers. Alyxa Viers getting her first start of the season tonight in replace for Whytnie Miller, who's out with that knee, just kind of getting her into some rest tonight. So Triton's going to have a tall task going against Adam Yoder's Northwood Panthers. Of course, Adam Yoder, 69-39, his 5th year coaching there. And, of course, Adam Heckaman finding win 118 on Saturday night. So a very tall Maddie Payne will jump against our own Chelsea Johnson. Her and Ruley have some size, so it'll be interesting what Viers and Johnson can do down low against them. But Hostrawser, Groves, and Faulkner is going to be ready to run with these guards. They receive instructions. Gets the signal. Ball is up, and we're underway here at the Trojan Trench. Trenshaw will take it now. She'll come up past the half-court line. Triton in their 3-2 defense. Drops it on over to Filstra in the corner. Bergman with it. Back to Filstra. Back on over to Trenshaw. Trenshaw's looking on over to Hartman, or Bergman. Kind of working around the perimeter here. Trying to free some of those twin towers down low. Trenshaw with it, trying to work it down. Looking over here to Bergman, who's in the corner. Drops it down low into Payne. Payne's going to go up and finds it. Maddie Payne. First shot's up of the night for them, and it's a good one. 2-0 here at the Trench. Hostrawser drops onto Faulkner. They're going to push it up past the half-court line. Faulkner stops. Back to Delanie Groves. She loses her dribble. Got to get rid of it. Finds Viers. Viers is going to try to come with it, and she tries to go, falls for it. Stolen away by Ruley. On over here to Trenshaw. Trenshaw in the corner, and it's going to, Filstra is going to lose control of her body, and it'll go out of bounds. That'll be a turnover on Northwood, trying to regain. So Northwood putting on this full court press, trying to force some early turnovers to get out and get an early lead on Triton. Hostrawser with it over on the far side. Back to Delanie Groves, drops to Faulkner. She's going to get past the half court line. She's going to work, closely guarded, cross court. Hostrawser alone for a deep two, short. Rebound goes to Chelsea Johnson. Back to Hostrawser. She's going to get fouled. Looks like by Kate Ruley. And that'll be her first personal, the team's first of the night. Of course, Andy O'Hara alongside Orion Lemler for the Triton Trojan Sports Network live here at the Trojan Trench. Groves inbounds, finds Chelsea Johnson off her hands. Viers picks it up, banks open for her. Nope, it's closed. Rebound goes to Bergman. Or Filstra. Filstra now with it now. Back on over. That's Bergman. She drives, drops it. Ruley Maddie Payne, the junior, with another shot. She's 2 for 2 on the night. 4 points for her. Viers tries to get rid of her to Hostrawser. Cross court, dangerous pass. Trenshaw takes it away. Trenshaw works. Bergman in the corner for 3. Back iron too strong. Rebound's going to go to Trenshaw. Corner, Filstra alone for 3. Back iron no good. Rebound goes to Bergman. Bergman the right wing, back to the middle to Trenshaw. Show's going to kind of work. Looks like she's going to work left. Over here to Filstra. Bergman cutting around there on the baseline. Trenshaw looking to try to get down the paint to Payne. Drops it. Bergman for 3. Got it.
The records on the screen aren't right, in case anybody's wondering.
Okay.
Kenny didn't show me how to change those.
That's okay. Well, it's not okay because he's having fun with the game that he's watching tonight. Can't say there's a little bit of jealousy there. Wouldn't know why. Of course, he's at his fun IU game, and he's down there tonight. Now, if it would have been against Duke or anything like that or anybody else, I might be a little more upset. But so Triton here trails 7-0 in the early goings, but with this full court press being put on by Northwood, it's hard to get going. Maddie Payne is definitely owning the paint down there, but you can't leave Mackenzie Bergman alone, the senior. She does some good things when she's left wide open in Filstra. She's another one who can shoot. Trenshaw's done a good job pushing the bill for the Northwood Panthers, but now it's Triton's turn. They got to get answer back and get a bucket here. Groves drops it into Faulkner. Of course, Faulkner's going to try to drive, drops into Viers. Viers picks up a dribble, fires over to Hostrawser. High pass. Back to Delanie Groves. Faulkner right over here on the right wing. She's going to work back to the middle. She tries to go, and she's going to get held by Trenshaw. Trenshaw with the reach. That'll be her first personal team's second. 5:28 remaining here in the early goings of the first period. Delanie Groves will inbound for the Lady Trojans. Drops to Faulkner. Here we go, reset. Bergman's going to meet her out at the half-court line. A little bit of size mismatch there for her. Bergman with a tight defense on Faulkner. Picks up her dribble. Looks for Hostrawser. Lexia gone over to Alyxa Viers.
Now those records should be right.
There we go. They're going to call a foul on Alyxa Viers. Didn't like the screen she set. That'll be her first personal foul. See, that's why you're the Hall of Famer. You can just do that stuff on the fly. If I was doing it, we'd probably have to restart. Well,
the camera might not have been on the action when I was doing it, but
it's okay. I was talking. It's all good. It's all good. We got that second camera going down here on the baseline here to our right. Been kind of nice to have that second camera. Good idea by Ryan and Kenny for that one. Trenshaw with it now. Hands it off to Bergman, drops it off to her. She's looking for Payne down in the paint. Really trying to get position on Viers. Faulkner really gets some possession. She goes up strong and gets a friendly roll there. Kate Ruley, the juniors, got her first points. 9-0's our score. Faulkner pushes the ball quickly, and it's stolen away by Bergman. Looked like a little bit of contact there, but no call. It goes out, trying to regain it. Need to get someone freed up here. Faulkner with it now. 4:30 remaining here in the opening period. She drops Bergman, being real aggressive with that basketball. Drops over to Delanie Groves. Groves looking for someone to get freed up. It's Chelsea Johnson now. Drops over to Hostrawser. Delanie Groves. Thought about stepping into it. Viers with it out on the left wing. Loses her dribble. Finds Hostrawser. Drops to Faulkner. Well, I'll tell you what, NorthWood really closes in on the players when they're playing defense. Bergman with her first personal, team's third of the at the midway point of the first quarter.
NorthWood foul, number 20, Faulkner.
Triton having a hard time trying to get something going with this defense by NorthWood. They close in on you quick. Faulkner receives the inbound. She'll get to work now. Looking for Delanie Groves, finds her, closely guarded by Filstra, rather. Jaela Faulkner's going to drive. Drops it to Viers for a mid-range jumper, too short. Rebound's going to go to Trenshaw. She pushes up the court, down to Filstra. Filstra drops it to Trenshaw. Filstra with it now. Drops it to Bergman. She looks for Trenshaw in the corner. Trenshaw's going to drive the baseline. Over here into Filstra. Back on top to Bergman. Trying doing a good job closing out on the defenders there on the basketball. Delanie Groves with it now. Trying with that zone defense, is trying to force them to take a bad shot. Drops down to Payne. Payne's going to draw a second quick foul on Alyxa Viers. We can't have that tonight, unfortunately. That's her second. So look what you're going to have down there as far as size goes on the bench. Got Abbey Viers, another one who can come in, but Emma Hepler can be a guard, and you can run 3 guards. Groves with it, or Groves guarding Bergman. NorthWood drops over to Trenshaw. Filstra back on top. Trying to get it down, finds Maddie Payne for a moment. Chelsea Johnson steps in there and takes it away. Jaela Faulkner with the basketball, spin move, trying to lose Bergman. Hostrawser with on the left wing. On her Delanie Groves. Drops her to Faulkner. She puts the ball on the floor, drops it down to Viers. Drops now to Hostrawser. Hostrawser back on top to Faulkner. She thought about the 3 for a second. Tries to drop it into Chelsea Johnson. Mistimed that throw, or she'd had it. And Bules will check in, and Alyxa Viers will check out. Also checking in for NorthWood, we're going to have Kendall Miller is now in the basketball game. So Miller comes in, Filstra goes out. And Trenshaw will bring it up past the half-court line as they work right to left. Miller with the basketball, puts it on the floor, drops it to Bergman, drops it down to Payne. Payne closely guarded. Ruley takes a good cut, but rebound goes to Hostrawser. Got tipped to her. Faulkner with the basketball now, and they got a chance to get some points on the board here. Faulkner now is going to work over. Tipped away, and Hostrawser saves behind her back, but Trenshaw's got it. She's alone on the fast break, and she's going to try to bank it in, and she does. Neely Trenshaw with her first points of the night. Now they're up double digits. Faulkner picks up the dribble, drops her to Hostrawser. Groves tries to find Faulkner. She has to get past the half-court line. She does. Tries to get behind the coverage. Finds Hostrawser. Delanie Groves. Had time there to step into that one. Faulkner now, she's going to drive. Loses it. Picked up by Bules. She goes for a battle with Trenshaw, and Triton will come away with it. Jaelyn Bules, if you watch any of the JV games, she's a very aggressive player, very good defender. She can also get in there and rebound the basketball, but she has a little bit of handle too. She's not afraid to put the ball on the floor and try to drive. Delanie Groves with the basketballs, will inbound. Drops it to Jaelyn Bules. She's going to spin move. She's going to find some room. Bank's closed. Rebound goes to Miller. Stolen away by Delanie Groves. Groves picks up her dribble, fires to Hostrawser, stolen away by Maddie Payne. The center, the forward's got it there, drops it back over to Miller. She's directing traffic, finds Payne here in the corner. She's looking for Ruley down the post, not there, finds back on top to Trenshaw. Trenshaw all over to Millers. We're inside the final minute of the first quarter. Bergman alone for three. Side iron. And we're going to get a push on Bules on the rebound. Oh, nope. That's going to be on Payne. Is it on Ruley? Yep, it's on Payne. So Maddie Payne draws her first personal foul. 48 seconds now. Triton needs a basket to leave this quarter with some confidence. Faulkner back to Groves, up to Bules. Good ball movement by Triton. Groves over to Faulkner. Got to work it in here. Get a good look. Close to guard by Trenshaw and very aggressive on that one. And head coach Adam Yoder is going to send somebody else in. I believe it's going to be Alyxa Minnick.
Replacing her in the lineup, number 12, Alyxa Minnick.
So Minnick will check in and Trenshaw will have a seat. Faulkner receives the inbound, 25 seconds now. She'll drive on over to Hostrawser. She's directing traffic, finds Bules on over to Faulkner. Jaela's going to try to drive right. She's going to try to go up there and go up strong for a basket, just not enough on it. Bergman with an outside 10 seconds. She's going to drive. Leaves it on over. Miller for three. Got it. Oh, in and out.
Oh, wow.
Changed my mind. Ruley drops it in. And that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. NorthWood leads 13-0 over Triton. You can tell they're missing Whytnie Miller in this first opening period. Emma Hepler and Abbey Viers will check in the start of the second quarter. So what do you do now? No Whytnie Miller. How are you gonna adjust to this now? We're not getting the looks. We're not really penetrating down there as far as in the paint goes. So what do you do? Do you try to work it down in the post? There's some between Payne and Ruley. It's hard to get the ball down there in the post. So the guards are going to have to do a real good job as far as trying to work it around and get an open shot, try to free up Hostrawser for a deep two. Or even Jaela Faulkner, she can get freed up just for a moment to try to drive to the basket. But now you have Emma Hepler. There's another person who can shoot the three ball. Hostrawser can shoot the three. And Faulkner, when she's left alone, she can do it as well. So Triton's going to have to do a real good job because NorthWood really closes in on that basketball. They're very tough defensively, and it has translated onto the scoreboard as they lead here by 13. So we'll get ready to break the opening. We'll get the second quarter underway. Andy O'Hara alongside Orion Lemler. Kenny, of course, is on vacation tonight down in Bloomington.
Vacation.
Gotta give him a hard time. So Payne will sit down. Coming in for her will be Bree Wise down low, so she'll be with Ruley. Minnick, Bergman, and Miller all on the floor for the Panthers. Faulkner, Hostrawser, Hepler, Abbey Viers, and Chelsea Johnson all on the floor for the Lady Trojans. Minnick with the basketball, tries to drop it to Bergman. Bergman's going to try to work over, looking for Miller. She's thought about the three, stays there. Directing traffic. Drops it to Bergman in the corner. She up, fakes, dribbles around. Johnson drops it over to Ruley. Tries to throw it on over to Minnick. Minnick looking as Wise trying to get some possession. Bergman was alone in the corner. Wise picks up her dribble, drops to Minnick. Over to Miller. Bergman. Cross court to Minnick. Drops it down into Wise. She up fakes, trying to look for Ruley there. Bergman's going to take it. Triton doing a good job on defense, trying to make them wait till they get an absolutely perfect shot against Triton. Ruley blocked by Johnson. Chelsea Johnson blocks and comes away with it. Jaela Faulkner with the basketball now. Over to Emma Hepler. Emma Hepler. Abbey Viers goes strong in the post and draws the foul. That'll be on Bree Wise. That'll be her first personal. Team 6. They're one away from the bonus here in the first half.
Trying to scout out a videographer.
Oh, yeah? Well, I don't know if we can probably use Quentin for the girls' games. I don't know if Jason wants to use him for the boys' games at all. So Viers' first free throw, no good. Maddie Payne will check back in. Rulli will go out.
Number 42, Maddie Payne.
Here's his second shot from the charity stripe is up. Rattles the back iron too strong. See a little bit more underneath it. Bergman drives, drops over to Maddie Payne outside the three-point line. Down over to Minnick. Minnick's looking, finds Miller. Bergman in the corner. Back on, throws it away. And that'll be a turnover on Northwood. So now we got a turnover here, and they'll get a timeout as head coach Adam Yoder will have a talk with his Panthers to see what are we going to do here. So Triton, they need to get a basket up on the get a score up on the board. Alyxa Viers had the first real opportunity with the free throw line. And Faulkner, of course, drove to the basket. They just got to keep being aggressive, just keep working. It's going to go there. These girls have worked real hard this season. Like I said, a lot of things don't translate to the scoreboard or even the stat column. These girls are doing very well. They're working really hard, and that's something you just don't see in those two spots if you're looking. But they do a lot of things very well. As long as they can keep working, they'll be fine. Of course, post-game, stay tuned. We'll have Lexia Hostrawser. It's supposed to be the interview. And, of course, we'll probably talk with Adam if we get time. So Emma Hepler will inbound the basketball. The sophomore finds Jaela Faulkner. Cutting Hostrawser, who tries a deep two. Got it. Lexia Hostrawser finds that one. First field goal for Triton tonight. And it's a Hostrawser mid-range jumper. Drops on into Minnick. Onward to Bergman. Try with a 3-2 zone now. Trying to force him out. Bergman drops it down over to Miller. Kendall Miller now drops it to Minnick. Hostrawser's there to meet her. Minnick's going to drive. Tries to drop it into Payne. Payne's with those long arms. Stretches away. Emma Hepler gets in there for the jump ball. Emma Hepler, she's not very tall, but by golly, she got right in there and grabbed a hold of the taller Payne and took away that basketball and to draw the jump ball. Faulkner with it now. Here comes the press from Northwood. Hostrawser back to Hepler. Got to get it pushed up past the half-court line. Can't wait here. Hepler picks her dribble, drops it to Abbey Viers, drops it to Hostrawser. Back to, oh, nope. Bergman takes it away. She's going to be alone for the fast break, banks it in.
Steal and the basket.
5 points for Mackenzie Bergman on the night. 15-2 is our score here at the Trench. Hepler working around to Faulkner. She's kind of working. Abbey Viers trying to get herself freed up over the smaller mismatch. They have a mismatch down there with Viers. And Bergman, very active on the defensive end, jumps in front of that one. So with Bergman, she's pretty good. The person who's going to get in the basketball's got to really shake her off. The person delivering the basketball is going to have to be real crisp with that pass and keep it on the bounce pass so that she doesn't get a hold of it. Faulkner receives the inbound. Jayla's trying to work it up here. She drives, picks up her drill, on over to Hostrawser. She's looking for Johnson down the post, but Payne's done some tough defense. We're going to get a push off on Northwood. Looks like it was on Bergman. I think that's who it's on, at least from my angle, that's who it's on. It's on 30. Nope, that'll be on Wise. Marie Wise is second personal. Team 7. So that'll send the sophomore Jaela Faulkner to the line for the 1-on-1 bonus. First shot is live. Her first shot is up. Too strong back iron. Get those chances at the free throw line. We're going to have to really make the most of them as Triton now 0 for 3 on the night from the free throw line. Miller drops over to Minnick. Kind of looking for somebody. Miller drops into an open Payne. She goes with the left hand, too strong. Rebound Wise. Wise goes up, rebound. Hepler comes away with it. Faulkner's driving. Got an open Hostrawser on the left side. Lexia notices that. She shoots a 3. Side iron. Rebound Minnick. Minnick's driving. Wise is alone down the floor. But Hostrawser closed on her quickly and one opportunity for her. Hostrawser's first personal foul comes on the fast break attempt by Wise. Of course, she'll have a little talk with Adam Heckaman on the little coaching moment there. Of course, tonight also in action as Wise will attempt to run one. We have Argus at Culver.
I got a score there. Argus is up 15-4 with 4 minutes left in the second. That's girls, of course.
Yep.
There is a boys game tonight, though. Caston and
No, I didn't look that up.
Lakeland Christian. Looks like Caston's up 22-14 with 5.5 left in the third. Thinking that's varsity.
Yeah, imagine.
Yeah.
So Miller and Faulkner go for a battle royale there, and Panthers will come away with it. Also in action tonight should be LaVille at Elkhart Christian tonight. And of course, you have us tomorrow night. Judson and Knoxville square off for their first meeting, their first conference matchups with both of those for this season. Miller now drives, tries to work against his zone. She's closely guarded. Faulkner gets there for the jump ball. Triton will get it back. Now I see what you're saying with these headphones. They do get warm. I didn't think about it now.
They're more like earmuffs, I guess.
I guess. Trial and error. They work good during football season. Emma Hepler with it now. Trying to work. Finds a cutting Hostrawser at the elbow. Puts on the floor over to Jaela Faulkner. Faulkner picks up her dribble on over to Hostrawser. Hepler tries to get to the basketball. Hostrawser picks up her dribble, needs help. Finds Faulkner. She loses the basketball, tries to keep it in bounds, and she does. Good save by her. She's going to drive the basket, drops it to Chelsea Johnson. Quick shot. Oh, in and out. Triton can't buy a basket here tonight. Miller with the basketball. Over to Maddie Payne. Boy, for a sophomore, she's really tall. We got a foul on Triton. We've got Emma Hepler. Filstra and Trenshaw check back in.
Number 3, Trenshaw, and number 15.
Looks like the Rochester girls are playing Lewis Cass. At halftime, it's 24-18 Rochester.
Okay. Works out well. I like the scoring updates.
You said LaVille and who else?
LaVille was playing, I believe, Elkhart Christian. Maddie Payne drives, and Chelsea Johnson will draw the foul. Triton now with 5 team fouls on the night. Inside 3 minutes remaining here in the opening half. 18-2 is our score. Northwood will send Maddie Payne to the line for 2. Payne's first shot from the charity stripe is up and rattles out.
Must have not been a JV at that LaVille Elkhart Christian game because they've already went final. LaVille 37, Elkhart Christian 35.
Okay, so LaVille in the winner's column there. So 1 for 2 from the line for Maddie Payne. Hepler inbound, drops it on over to Hostrawser, back to Hepler. Got to put the ball on the ground and really kind of force the opposition here. Drops it to Faulkner. High pass. Good way to corral that one in. Faulkner drives the basketball, and it'll go out on Maddie Payne's leg. So Faulkner will check in. We're going to inbound the ball. Drops to Viers. And Abbey Viers finds the bank open here so late tonight. Abbey Viers banks open for her. Trenshaw at the basketball now on the right wing. Drops in the corner to Bergman. Bergman back to Trenshaw. On over to Maddie Payne. Tries to find a cutting Bergman and goes off the hand of Chelsea Johnson. 2:32 remaining. Triton trails 19-4. We knew Northwood coming in was going to be a tough team. Triton now just got to try to will that ball into the basket. Bergman alone in the corner for 3. Got it. Mackenzie Bergman, 2 3 balls on the night, and both of them coming from her. Faulkner now is going to try to pull as they close in on the trap. Drops it. It's tapped away by Trenshaw. She's going to drive. Leaves it to Filstra. She banks it in. Carly Filstra finds her spot into the scores column, and Adam Heckaman's going to take a timeout here as Northwood's up 20 on his Lady Trojans. Well, while we have a moment, I'm going to take a quick look at a score that I'm interested in since Kenny isn't updating us. My wife's probably at home laughing right now. 49-34. IU still in the lead. That's positive. So what do you do now as far as if you're Adam Heckaman down there talking to your girls down there? What's the biggest thing to do? Well, we know we're having a hard time trying to work the basketball in, and this defense by Northwood's hard to penetrate. So what we got to do is just keep trying to work it in. We're getting good looks. I mean, Hostrawser with her 2 points, and, of course, Abbey Viers. Those two there are very athletic as far as down. They can use their athleticism down there in the paint and try to work it in. Chelsea Johnson getting boxed out by Payne and Ruley, not getting a real chance. Did our camera person fall asleep? Nope, she's awake down there.
Well, we need to walk it down.
We need to get walkie-talkies. That or work on our baseball hand signals or something like that. Filster, Trenshaw, Bergman, Payne, and Ruley, the starting 5 out there for Northwood. Hepler, Hostrawser, Faulkner, Johnson, and Abbey Viers on the floor for the Lady Trojans. Faulkner's going to split the defenders, stops, finds Emma Hepler, drops it down to Chelsea Johnson. She draws the baseline, finds Faulkner alone for 3. Hits the backboard, and Faulkner goes in there hard. That's the collision that make you think twice. And she sent Filstra for a ride. Medical check-in for Bergman. She'll see her first rest of the night.
He's a little late.
Okay, Kenny, a little late. What did you say? IU shooting what? IU's already in the bonus? Oh, my goodness. That didn't take long. Wow, they're in the bonus already in the second half. Mercy sakes. Trenshaw at the basketball now. Works it on over here to Filstra. Minnick's cutting down along the baseline back here in the corner. Drops it over to Ruley. On over to Filstra. Back on top to Trenshaw. She's on the right wing, closely guarded by the duo of Hostrawser and Faulkner. Faulkner takes it away. Got him turn this into points here. She'll drive. Spin move. Tries to lose Minnick. Drops over to Chelsea Johnson. Baseline jumper for her. Too strong. Viers tries to go up and gets knocked down. Rebound goes to Maddie Payne. Heard Adam Heckaman talk about these two twin towers down low. They are very good. Trenshaw on over there to Minnick. She'll pick up her dribble. Drops on over to Trenshaw. Back over to Minnick. Well, Payne's got it now. Trenshaw shoots for 3. Got it. Neely Trenshaw has her first three-pointer of the night. 27-4 is our score. Hostrawser trying to work it in here. Finds Faulkner. Back to Hepler. Has the space. Push it past the half-court line. Drops it to Jaela. She'll try to work a little bit. Johnson tries to set a screen as Faulkner will drive to the basket. Drops to Chelsea Johnson. Hostrawser now at the basketball. Tries to send a fake down. Drops it down to Abbey Viers, and Payne will reach over. And Maddie Payne will draw her second personal foul. That'll be the team's 8th, and that'll send Abbey Viers to the line for a 1-and-1 chance.
Northwood foul, number 42.
Of course, Viers went there the last time, and she came up short with the free throw. So Miller and Wise will check in. Payne and Trenshaw will take a seat. Abbey Viers will get set here for the 1-on-1 opportunity. Shot is up, and it takes an unfriendly roll out, and Wise comes away with the rebound. Drops it to Filstra. Filstra now with it. Drops it over to Wise. Wise tries to dribble out of trouble. Stop, picks up the dribble, finds Minnick. Minnick will work around here. Drops it on over to Miller. Inside 15 seconds now. Miller drops it down to Ruley. On over to Filstra for 3. Side iron, no good. Rebound Johnson. Got to push it here. 5 seconds now. Jaela's going to have to push it. And she's going to get fouled trying to get rid of it, and they're going to call a push on Minnick. Lucky break there for Triton with 2.0 remaining in the game, or excuse me, the opening half. As Faulkner will get a chance for a 1-and-1 shot here. And it'll take an unfriendly roll there. So that'll bring us to our halftime score. Triton trails 27-4 here at halftime. We'll take a quick break and be right back here on the Triton Trojan Sports Network. All right, welcome back, Triton Trojans fans. Andy O'Hara alongside Orion Lemler for the Triton Trojans Sports Network has the Lady Trojans trail here 27-4 at halftime. Before she goes to bed, I'd say I give her a shout-out. Danny at home, she's watching with my wife, Michelle. They're both at home watching. Danny, of course, I was asking her what she says the girls ought to do, and she says, well, to put it plainly, Dad, they need to score more points. So, straight from the mouth of a 4-year-old, I guess we'll go with it. Because what she says goes in our house. But Adam Heckaman had a long conversation with us as the Lady Trojans finally come out of the halftime locker room. But one thing you got to be proud of here, what the Lady Trojans have accomplished. I mean, you may not see on the offensive side of the glass, but 27 points to a team of this caliber is a pretty good, amazing feat. There's only been a couple teams that's held this team under 40 points or less, and that was Norwell and Penn. Everybody else, they've scored 59, 64, 47, and 40, and wins against Mishawaka, Rochester, and Elkhart Central and South Bend Riley. Although the least amount they've allowed is 17, but the most they've allowed is 62, and that was against Penn. So Northwood here, what do you do going in the second half? How do you kind of change things up? What kind of things do you do as far as to get yourselves kind of squared back up and away? You get a chance at a shot, go for it. I mean, you saw Delanie Groves. She had a couple kind of opportunities, but you've got to keep driving the baskets, keep working. These girls have the opportunity. They have the talent. They just need to keep working, and they may have a good chance to put some points on that scoreboard and really just kind of keep slowing down Northwood as they can shoot inside and out. They can work in and out. As far as Adam Yoder's team, they're kind of starting to gain a lot of traction as the starting five will be back out there for Triton and Johnson, Groves, the two seniors, followed by Alyxa Viers, Jaela Faulkner, and Lexia Hostrawser. Of course, no Whytnie Miller tonight. They're getting her rest after a scary moment Saturday night that she had, falling to the ground. Trenshaw, Bergman, Payne, Ruley, and Filstra all in for the Panthers. Trenshaw receives the inbound. We're underway here in the second half. Trenshaw works on over to Bergman. She's going to work left, back onto Trenshaw. She's going to drive, stops. Slowed away by Hostrawser. She put a hand on that one. Faulkner finally gets freed up. They're going to get their first offensive possession here. Jayla's going to work left over here to Delanie Groves, closely guarded by Filstra. Viers is cutting down the basket. She stops, had the right idea, but they're going to call it travel. Love her enthusiasm. Like I said, they're going to need her here in the second half. She'll have to put some points up for them down there in the paint. Right idea. Got her feet ahead of her. Trenshaw on over to Bergman. Triton with that zone defense has done a very good job tonight against them. Unfortunately, not translating to the offensive side for us tonight. Girls just got to keep working. Trenshaw drives, drops over to Bergman. Bergman drives, stops, picks up her dribble, hop step, back to Trenshaw. She's going to pick it up. Drops it on over to Filstra. Filstra's working now across as Triton's that 3-2 zone. Drops her to Bergman in the corner. Down low to Ruley. She goes up strong against Johnson. Finds it. Kate Ruley, 6 points of the night for her. Faulkner now back on to Delanie Groves. Finds the Hostrawser. Back to Groves. They got to work it past the half-court line as they get to work here. Hostrawser trying to work it past. She's going to put it on the ground. Finds Groves. On over to Faulkner. Jaela Faulkner's going to drive. Finds over to Hostrawser. Drops down to Chelsea Johnson. Tipped by Ruley. Triton will regain possession.
I don't think I ever tweeted the halftime score.
Oh, it was 27-4.
27-4.
27-4. Only two Trojans scoring tonight is Hostrawser and Abbey Viers, the only two. And Alyxa Viers tries to go strong. Banks close for her, and she fights it away. I was joking with her before the game. I wouldn't want to mess with her down there in the paint. She seemed to like that from a week ago. Groves on over to Chelsea Johnson. Back to Hostrawser. Finds Delanie Groves. She spots for three. Side iron. Can't leave her alone. She'll eventually drop that one in. Delanie Groves is a good shooter from the outside when she gets some time to shoot. So Adam Heckaman barking out the defensive call here as Trenshaw comes with it. On over to Filstra. Drops it down to Bergman. She's going to try to fake someone out. Filstra picks it back up, back to Trenshaw. Trying to kind of shut him off here. Bergman's going to drop it. They're going to drop it down to Payne, and she'll go out, and Triton will regain it. So I'd like to see Hostrawser get freed up here and try to get some points up on the board for Triton. Hostrawser back to Groves, back to Viers, finds Faulkner. She's going to try to push it past the half-court line. She tries to dribble through trouble, finds Johnson. Chelsea Johnson doesn't put the ball on the ground, gives it back to Faulkner. Triton needs to look for any open look they'll get, any little window they'll get. They need to put the shot up. Hostrawser finds Delanie Groves. She's alone for three, front iron. Rebound Alyxa Viers, and stolen away by Ruley. Trinshaw with it on the left wing. On over here to Ruley. Bergman alone for three. Got it. Mackenzie Bergman, 3 3-pointers on the night for her, 11 points in her scoring column. Stolen away by Filstra. Filstra goes up strong, blocked by Groves. And Trinshaw didn't look like she had possession. The ball was kind of free, and she was rolling around over on the basketball. Didn't have it on her hand, kind of had it under her legs. But somehow Yoder got the timeout off in time. So Adam Heckaman here is girls trail 32-4 the 5 minute 1 second mark of the third quarter. Any more updates from Kenny? We'll send it to Bloomington for the updates.
I don't think I got anything from him. Nope.
So tune in tomorrow night. We'll be live at Oregon Davis. Can't remember if we had good service there when we did sectionals or not.
Yeah, I think we should be able to get something out.
Okay.
Maybe just audio. Hopefully not, but
we'll find out. So tomorrow night, Jason Groves and his 2018-2019 squad will see their opening debut tomorrow night as Ruley's shot is up, it's in. Jason Groves and company. We'll see what that boys team has in store for us tomorrow night against Oregon Davis, a team who beat us last year in the sectional play. But Triton, but they also lost several key players. So Triton will be interested what they have in store for us. Hostrawser tries to drop to Viers, and it's going to go off the legs of Northwood. And Triton will hang on to possession. Delanie Groves will inbound. Trying to get herself kind of set. Finds Jaela Faulkner. Delanie Groves kind of laid off the pole there. Finds Hostrawser.
You just sent me one.
Oh. What's his update?
7:54 to go. IU 61. Texas, what'd you say they were?
Arlington
57. IU in double bonus. IU has 2 fouls for the half.
Wow. Well, I hope Arlington's got a long bench if they're already in double bonus. Wow. Trinshaw looking for Bergman, who's cutting around the baseline. Hangs on to it. Trying to direct traffic. Hanging on to it. Finds Filstra. She tips it away. Groves almost came away with it. Bergman drops into Payne. Ruley with a little floater. Rebound goes to Payne. Maddie Payne with it now. She almost loses her dribble. Drops it back to Trinshaw. Bergman thought about the three. Looks like she forearm shivered Viers to the ground, but she'll step back for three, and she got it there. 4 3-pointers on the night for her. 14 points now that she corralled in. Delanie Groves spots for the three of her own. Answers right back. Delanie Groves finds a three ball. Trinshaw with it. She'll get back to work. 37-7's our score. Trinshaw trying to work against it. Finds Filstra. Bergman back in the corner for three. Quick hitter down to Payne. Good pass. And she's going to get fouled. Looks like it's going to be on Alyxa Viers. And it will be. That's going to be her third personal foul. Team's first of the half. And shockingly, the first foul of this second half. Taren Yates, the freshman, looked like she might be coming in for Triton. Payne's first shot is up, and it rattles away. She is 1 for 2 on the night.
NorthWood substitution.
So Miller will check in, Taren Yates will check in, and Jaela Faulkner will take a seat. We'll see what Taren Yates can do here. See if the freshman can get some work in. Maddie Payne's second shot is up, finds it. Maddie Payne wins 6 points on the night. As Yates will take over the point guard spot. She'll bring it past the half-court line. Yates, a very good ball handle. She can also score as well. Hostrawser with the basketball. Drops over to Alyxa Viers. She's going to try to drop it down to Johnson. Too strong. Miller takes it away. Drops it over. Bergman is all by herself for 3. Got it. Mackenzie Bergman treating it as if it's a shoot-around. 5 3-pointers on the night for her. That's weird.
Yeah, I'm experiencing the same thing.
Uh-oh. What's that? The static noise?
Oh, I bet it's this.
Oh.
I don't think it's affecting the broadcast. I think it's affecting what we're hearing.
Ah,
because this is going in, and yeah.
Okay. I thought I heard it earlier, but I wasn't sure.
NorthWood substitutions, number 12, Aaliyah Minnick.
So Minnick will check in,
number 30,
and Wise will check
Wise.
back in. So 41-7 is our score. Northwood leading the way. Triton, of course, here on Saturday we have the Triton tournament. On Saturdays, Triton will start off the tournament with a 10 a.m. matchup against Sheridan. Leo and Lakeland will follow that one at noon. And then the loser of the first two of the 2 games will play at 4 p.m. And the winners of games 1 and 2 will play at 6. So you got them coming in. You got a pretty decent team in Lakeland coming in. They're 3-1 in the season. Sheridan's 2-1, and Leo hasn't won yet this season, although they do play tonight against South Adams. So Faulkner receives the inbounds. And that's going to send Alyxa Viers to the bench. So Taren Yates still out there with Hostrawser, Johnson, and Delanie Groves. And Wise stepped in front. Taren Yates rips it right out of her hands. The freshman drives. Groves for 3. Got it! Delanie Groves, 6 points. Like I said, can't leave her alone for long. She'll make it rain from three-point land. Maddie Payne with those long arms tries to work himself out, drops it to Bergman. She's going to drive the baseline, drops it to Wise. Wise goes up strong, and we're going to get a foul. Looks like it's going to be on Chelsea Johnson. Nope, that'll be on Hostrawser. Hostrawser with 2 personal fouls of her own. She'll be our interviewee tonight. Wise's first shot is up, rattles in and out.
I got some elementary scores.
What's our elementary scores?
5th grade, Triton over Culver 38-9. The B team, Triton over Culver 24-5. Of course, the A team's record is now 7-0. And the 6th grade, Triton over Culver 39-20. And B game, Triton over Culver 21-6.
Okay. Seems like they're getting along all right tonight. Yates over to Groves. Delanie's going to try to find some space, try to get freed up. Finds Jaela Faulkner. Jaela's going to try to work it here. Tries to go over to Hostrawser. Lexia looking for Taren Yates. She's waiting for somebody to get freed up. Finds Hostrawser. Hostrawser tries to drop it at Chelsea Johnson, but Payne steps right in front of it. Payne with those long strides goes filing down. And Minnick with a reverse lay-in gets an unfriendly roll. Payne goes to the ground. We'll get a jump ball, and that'll belong to Triton. And checking in will be Regan Hartman.
21, Regan Hartman.
She was the one that threw up that desperation heave at the end where Northwood lost the ball game in the JV game.
Oh, yeah, I still need to write that down.
We're trying. Oh, boy. Hostrawser with it now. Trying to find Taren Yates. She cuts to the basket. Beautiful cut by Taren Yates. Even better pass by Hostrawser. And Yates will draw the foul.
Northwood foul number 21, Hartman.
So Hartman, she just comes in the game and gets her first personal foul. Taren Yates to the line for 2. First shot's up. Unfriendly bounce there. Just keep calm. Try to drop it in here. Second shot, front iron, no good. Drive by Minnick. Hartman with it now on the right side. Drops it back over to Miller. Inside a minute remaining here in the third quarter. Andy O'Hare alongside Orion Lemler for the Triton Trojan Sports Network as the Lady Trojans trail here 42-10.
Got to give a shout out to Zach. He's running our camera this half.
Oh, yeah. They recruited him, huh? I missed that. I missed that recruit. Maddie Payne banks that one in.
Maddie Payne.
Faulkner drives and was going to try to drop it down to Johnson. It didn't follow her down there, and Emma Hepler will check in, and Lexia Hostrawser will take a seat. Hostrawser with a start here tonight. You know, they're playing a tough team. I mean, don't get anything about. Don't look at the Tritons having a bad game tonight. Northwood is that good. They are a very talented basketball team. Of course, they'll have some success in the Northern Lakes Conference. This team's going to be a very tough out for anybody that goes against them. Miller with it, goes off the foot of Delanie Groves. Adam Yoder, and like he said, in his 5th season with Northwood. Minnick will inbound. Minnick, Hartman, Wise, Miller, and Payne on the floor for them. A smaller lineup, 5 seconds now. Minnick's going to take a shot blocked by Johnson. They're going to call a foul on her. And Chelsea Johnson will draw what looks to be her 2nd personal foul.
Strike foul number 10, Groves.
Or Delanie Groves will draw her 1st personal foul.
Yep, you're right. It was Hartman.
It was?
I just looked at the replay.
Good. So Minnick now misses her 1st attempt. She sets for her 2nd shot from the charity stripe, and it takes a friendly roll in. 2.2 now. Faulkner's going to have to try a desperation heave here. Fires it from half court, but shot was after the buzzer. So that'll bring us to our 3rd quarter score, 45-10. Northwood leading here. Of course, like we said earlier, here in the 3rd quarter, tune in tomorrow night as we'll be up at Oregon Davis High School for the boys' season opener. Be interesting to see what they kind of go with. I mean, if you read the Times Union article, talked about how we're going to play a little bit of small ball, if you want to call it that. There's still a lot of talent on there. You guys like Bo Hepler coming back. With him kind of switching over, and you got some Amston's going to be running the point. So there's a lot of good things there. And you have Ty Orson coming in. Of course, we know Ty does a very good job on the football field, and then you have Caden Atkins, another kind of real sure-handed guy who can really catch the ball and do some good things, can cut and go. Of course, you got Tyler Heckaman. Of course, he's out for a few games. And then you kind of turn around. You got several guys who can come and really contribute on the basketball team, can do a lot of good things. You got Keegan Westhafer, a very talented sophomore who's still growing. He may be a little raw yet, but yet he's starting to really come along. He's a very athletic guy. We saw some big plays from him on the football team this year. Can't forget Quentin Thornburg and Jared Bules, 2 guys that take the guard spot. Very tough ball players. Triton's got a lot of, and then Lucas Richmond, that's another one to think about there on the forward spot. So Triton's got a decent team. I mean, they'll definitely compete. And Jason Groves, just like any other Triton coach, gets the most out of all of his players. They come in, they really buy in, and they really just work hard for coach. And that's one thing I like broadcasting. You can really appreciate. As Rulli will check back in, and Alyxa Viers will check in. So we'll see what Minnick has. Drops her to Hartman. Hartman's going to try to dribble. Back on over to Minnick. Taren Yates is going to kind of corner. Taren Yates gets a hand on it. Stolen away by Viers. Viers trying to get herself freed up, and there's going to be a jump ball. Triton's going to hang on to it. I'm telling you what. Now, Abby and Alexa are sisters, right?
Yes.
Now, I know in my household the older one usually won, but I don't think Abby's win too. I don't think wrestling match. I'm pretty sure Abby might win, or Alexa might win. Almost thrown away by Hepler. I tell you, Alexa, she's tough. Jaela Faulkner the basketball now. Groves with a good mid-range look, finds it. Delanie Groves, since that opening miss, a couple misses, she's been on fire since, 3 in a row. 8 points for her. Taren Yates tries to come out, and they're going to get a foul on Taren.
We got our reporter down at IU there, gave us an update. 4:25 remaining, IU 69, Texas, Arlington 62. Romeo just went to the bench after getting smacked hard in the face.
Well, I'd be getting smacked around the face. They're leading by 7 to okay. Keep myself calm on broadcast. I can't coach. My wife doesn't like when I coach from watching TV. Miller with the basketball now, spins out of trouble, finds Hartman. She's going to work. Over to Minnick. Drops it to Hartman. Finds Wise. And Emma Hepler's going to come in a little too strong there.
That's the way to look at it, that we have a reporter down at IU.
We have a reporter down at IU. We sent him down there tonight so he can give us live updates.
We expect a full article afterwards.
Full article on it. Boy, if he can come away some interviews, by golly, that'd be something. Our reporter down in Bloomington, that's great. Wise drops down to Ruley. She's going to find the banks open, and she's going to get the N1 opportunity.
We got a photographer down there, too.
Hey, true, we do have a photographer down there. So on Hepler. Yep. So Emma Hepler with 3 personal fouls, team 6th. Only 1 foul for the team for Northwood. Ruley's shot is up and it's in. Kate Ruley, her opening possession from the free throw line is 1 for 1. 48-12 is our score. Faulkner over to Hepler to Taren Yates. Yates looks for Faulkner, high pass. Yates corrals it. She's going to try to put it on the floor and drive. Picks up her dribble, drops back to Hepler. Hepler now trying to get freed up. No one's coming to the basketball. Faulkner tries to take it away from her and just gets it away. Jaela Faulkner tries to dribble, drops it to Hepler, and it's going to be a scrounge for the basketball. Hepler trying to find somebody, and stolen away by Minnick. Minnick's going to be all alone and a clear path to the basket, and she finds it.
Still in the basket for Leah Minnick.
So Minnick's first field goal comes on the breakaway layup after her steal. 50-12 is our score. Delanie Groves drives, stops, tries a jumper. Unfriendly roll there. Looked like a good look. Delanie Groves trying to get real aggressive on the scoring side of the basketball. Wise, quick hitter down to Ruley. Viers tries to go one-on-one with her, and Ruley wins with that field goal. 6 field goals on the night for her. That's 13 points. She leads all score. Oh, she's second leading scorer. Hepler tries, blocked by Minnick. Minnick's going to drive. Yates trying to run her down from behind. Minnick's going to try to go coast to coast. Finds Wise. Slapped away by Groves. Delanie Groves, good defensive awareness there. Takes it away. Faulkner drives now. She's going to work against Yates. Tries to find Yates, but gives it back to Hepler. Groves, she's going to try to drive baseline. Pops for 2. Too strong. Finds Minnick. And Groves, I'll tell you what. Delanie Groves, boy, she get my vote for aggressive player of the night. She's getting right in there. Oh, boy. She got – well, that puts a smile on her face. She gets right in there and tries to just wrench it away from Minnick. Slaughterbringer scored 52-12. 5:05 remaining here. Andy O'Hara alongside Orion Lemler. Of course, as we just said, our reporters down in Bloomington. Our third broadcasters down there.
Another way to look at it is at least we don't have to drive home tonight.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. That's a very good point. It's a long haul. That's where you get somebody young who wants to drive. Just let them kind of go. See, my wife and I've kind of worked that out when we go on long trips. I let her drive. When we get to a certain point, I just got to go sleep. But Kenny's got to drive all the way home. Oh, boy. So on the floor for North, we got Ruley, Wise, Hartman, Minnick, and Filster checks back in. Hepler, Yates, Viers, Alyxa Viers, Chelsea Johnson, and Jaela Faulkner. Northwood, a very tough team. Leading here. Filster drops down to Ruley. She's going to go again. In and out. Rebound, Hartman. Hartman thought about the put back, but saw that tall tower of Chelsea Johnson. Changed her mind. Ruley gets some space in the middle. Banks open for her. Kate Ruley now with 15 points on the night. Coach Adam Heckaman's barking out what's going on. Emma Hepler with the basketball. She's going to try to drive past Johnson. Runs into Wise, drops it to Faulkner. 4:20 remaining. Good screen by Viers. Yates is going to try to take it. Drops it. Emma Hepler in the corner. Too strong. Rebound, Minnick. Minnick comes away with it. Looking down for Ruley. Ruley's going to go up for another one. Got it. 8 field goals on the night for her. I'm running out of numbers. I am. I don't know. That was 16 points.
I ran out last night at the 8th grade game.
I ran out watching football last night. That was ridiculous. 105 points. Sheesh. By how many points did the 8th grade score last night?
Wait, I'm sorry. It was 7th grade.
7th grade. How many points did they score last night?
Anthony Shue had 24, I believe.
Good grief. Jump ball. And Triton keeps it. 24 points as a 7th grader? Whew.
Most of those were layups, too. Just put them
right
up.
Well, hey. So Triton will take their final timeout. 3:35 remaining. Of course, a learning experience for some of these younger players.
Substitutions during the timeout for Northwood, number 11, Kendall Miller.
So Miller will check back in.
Number 10, Delanie Groves, and number 32, Lexia Hostrawser.
So Hostrawser and Groves will both check back in. Scoring tonight is Hostrawser has 2. Abbey Viers has 2, and Delanie Groves leading all Triton scorers with 8 points of her own. Triton, of course, puts up a goose egg as of right now at the free throw line. Seeing what they can bring from there.
I'll also mention very soon, probably within the next week, we'll be upgrading some of our equipment.
Oh, there we go.
And we should be broadcasting in 1080 with 60 frames. Right now we're doing 1080 at 30, so the 60 frames really helps if you compare them side by side. You're not getting the blur when
when you're panning. That'd be good. And you guys, between you and Kenny with all that, it's a lot of work that goes in. These guys put in a lot of work trying to get this all done. Of course, you should have seen our cords from the other night.
It seems like there's a little less for some reason.
I don't know why there's less. Faulkner now at the basketball. Groves, Hostrawser, Hepler, and Viers all on the floor for Triton. Viers tries to rub off there off the screen, and Minnick will save it. She'll keep a hold of it. She'll push it. 3:20 remaining. Miller drops her to Hartman. Finds Minnick. Wise kicks it out quickly. Filstra drops her to Wise. She's alone in the corner for 3. She's going to try one. Short. Rebound Miller. Back to Hartman. Hartman's going to drive over, loses the basketball for a moment. Hepler's going to see that and try to go up against her. But Hepler will go out on her. Got to be proud of the aggressiveness on the defensive side for these girls. This is a tough game. I mean, we knew Northwood coming in was going to be a really good basketball team. Triton's just going to have to keep their confidence. Remember what they've done all season. Keep working hard. They could do some damage in that tournament. Shot by Filstra, no good. Rebound, Minnick again. Miller with the basketball. She'll put it on the floor. Drops it down to Minnick. She'll go up for one with the left hand and fouled by Delanie Groves. Delanie's second personal foul. And now Northwood is in the 1-on-1 bonus. Minnick at the line tonight, 1 for 2. First shot's up, rattles in. And one opportunity goes there as they lead 59-12 here in the late goings of the fourth quarter here at the Trojan Trench. Hepler with the basketball. She's going to work the left. Stops. Fires her to Delanie Groves. She's going to spot for 3. Side iron. And Hartman's going to save it, but she's going to step out on the floor. Triton will get it back. So here we go. Groves will inbound. 8 points tonight for her. Hostrawser gets it. 16 in the last game. Finds it there. Lexia Hostrawser. 4 points on the night for her. Filstra with it now. Tries to drive it over. Wise. Wise trying to fry up somebody. Hartman gets free up for a moment, but the 2-3 zone by Triton coming to work. One thing I will say about these Lady Trojan defense is they really execute that zone defense really well. Filstra finds Miller. Miller drops to Filstra. She's alone for 3. Got it. Carly Filstra, 5 points in the night for her. Faulkner drops over to Delanie Groves. Minute and a half remaining. Delanie's going to try to get freed up there. Find over to Faulkner.
Oh, we got a final. IU 78, Texas Arlington. No, it went away. 64.
Oh, the win's a win. Little close for comfort, I will say, as an IU fan.
NorthWood foul, number 21, Hartman.
So Hartman draws the foul.
Substitution for Lady Panthers, number 32, Kate Stillson.
Well, I don't have her number down on here. Well, we'll go with it.
The Argus girls are easily handling Culver, 32-17, 3:42 remaining.
Viers put back, no good. She'll go to the line. Argus, of course, team we went to overtime with, so that kind of tells you maybe that Culver team might be a team we could be able to handle. What's Caston down there doing with Lakeland Christian? Viers the charity stripe. First shot's up, rattles in. Alyxa Viers gets on the board with that free throw. And Taren Yates will check in for Emma Hepler.
Caston boys over Lakeland Christian, 60-44.
That game is over with, looks like.
Yep.
Viers now with her second free throw, rattles in. Alyxa Viers 2 for 2 at the line there. Work it over. Can't tell you who 32 is. I think it's Kate Stillson. Alyxa Viers shuts off the lane for Miller. Back to Stillson. She'll drop it on over here to Minnick. Minnick drops it over to Miller up top. Hartman will shoot, blocked by Groves.
Rochester Ladies Zebras take care of Lewis Cass, 59-26 down there in Rochester.
Drops down to Alyxa Viers. Will the bank be open for her here? It is. Alyxa Viers found the bank open here late tonight. 62-18 is our score. And we're going to get a foul. Oh, against NorthWood, Delanie Groves. Missed the action looking down.
And, of course, that girls' final down there, over at Elkhart Christian, LaVille 37, the Eagles 35.
So Delanie Groves at the line for the 1-and-1 chance, or the two shots, I guess. Boy, I must have missed something. My bad. So Groves, her free throw misses. And finds their 1 for 2. Trying three free throws of the night. 20 seconds remaining here. 62-19 is our score. Triton faring a lot better than Rochester did. About a similar score between the two. Stolen away by Hostrawser. She's our post-game interview. Yates is going to drive to the basket. She's going to go up right hand. Oh! Faulkner at the buzzer. Got it. Jaela Faulkner gets on the board, and that'll be our ball game. 62-21. Triton falls here to 1-6. NorthWood falls to 5-2 on the season. So we will give me a second here, and I'll try to get some stats here.
We're going to have to tell Tim not to shut the scoreboard off so quick.
I got it here. It's 62-21.
Well,
I write it down.
Well,
if I wasn't paying attention. I'm going to talk to him tomorrow at work and let him know. And that would be 4 points for her.
What was the final? Oh,
62-21.
I'm going to go get that other camera.
Okay.
You're still on.
Okay. So for NorthWood, leading all the way, all scores is Kate Ruley. Bergman had 17.
Minute 6.
Well, we'll let Bob finish talking here.
Payne 8. And with game highs of 17 points, Mackenzie Bergman and Kate Ruley.
Jacob said 17.
Faulkner 2 points. Abbey Viers 2. Hostrawser 4. Alyxa Viers 4. And leading Triton with 9 points, Delanie Groves.
So there you go. There you have it. Leading scorers for Northwood was Ruley and Bergman with 17 apiece, 5 points apiece for Filstra and Trinshaw, 6 points for Minnick, 4 points for Wise, and Maddie Payne had 8 points of her own. Leading way for Triton was Delanie Groves with 9 points, 2 points apiece for Viers, Abbey Viers, and Jaela Faulkner, and both with 4 points. Lexia Hostrawser, our post-game interview once we get a hold of her, and Alyxa Viers, 4 points in the night for her. Triton falls here 62-21 here at the Trencher Course. Join us tomorrow night as we'll be traveling to Oregon Davis for the boys' season opener. They'll have that one on their first game of the season. Then we'll turn around and we'll have the Triton tournament where Sheridan, Lakeland, and Leo will all come join us here on Saturday. I might walk down there and make sure I got Lexia to come up here. So stay tuned. We'll have some post-game interviews in a moment, just right back. All right, welcome back, Triton Trojans fans. Andy O'Hara alongside sophomore Lexia Hostrawser, who had a big night a couple nights ago. Was the talk of the school, I imagine.
Well, yeah. I tried to go out there and just play for Whytnie, especially in that second half when we lost her, and it ended up paying off, and that was my all-time high. So,
hey, when you get out there and you get going on the shooting wise, it can just go from there. I mean, that's one thing you really appreciate, watching you get more confident in your shooting.
yeah, it's crazy. Like when I was in elementary school, they always told me like, you're never going to be a guard, you're never going to be able to, shoot from the outside. And then I just kind of high school hit, and I got out there and I started shooting from the outside, and they moved me to the guard position.
Yeah, and you've done very well here so far. So, what do you love about playing basketball, and how did you get started?
I got started. My whole family plays basketball. My grandparents, down to my mom, my dad, my sisters. What I love most about basketball, though, is probably the atmosphere and just watching the whole community come together and just come in this gym in the trench and just watch everyone play basketball.
That's something I've really noticed. I mean, all the Trojan sports that I broadcast is the community really gives you guys a lot of support. That's got to feel really good being out there on the court.
It does, and since it's such like a small, like Bourbon is so tiny that everyone comes, and your teachers and your principal and everyone is just there.
Makes it that much more special.
Right.
So not as an upperclassman, but as a little bit of a lower classman, and being a sophomore, what kind of things are you learning from the players who have spent more time on the court, or some of the upperclassmen have been around a little bit longer? What kind of things are you learning as you continue to develop?
The upperclassmen really, I know Chelsea Johnson, she's a big believer in, keep your head up, no matter what. If I miss a shot, she's the first one to tell me, hey, it's okay. And Delanie Groves is just such a good leader out there. She always tries to make everyone feel comfortable on the court and just to make the underclassmen like myself and the freshmen just really go hard and try your best.
And that's one thing that you guys have all doing. One thing for you, even when something rough happens on the court, you always walk with a smile on your face. That's one thing I can really appreciate about you. What advice would you give other little girls or boys wanting to play basketball as they continue to get older? What kind of things would you tell them to do?
If you're interested in playing basketball, I would recommend doing Triton has these little, I don't know if you want to call them teen camps or whatever, for underclassmen, or not even underclassmen, for elementary kids that just want to come in and get experience with high schoolers. And they allow them to just play basketball, and they do little drills, and it's actually really cute. And I've books for baskets, come to those. They're great, and it's great to see the little kids want to play basketball. And
plus, being a high school kid, they probably get a real kick out of us coming and watching you guys and be out there with you. That's kind of like playing with when I was a kid, the high school kids were like the NBA team, and you got real excited to be on the court with them. So I got to ask some school questions.
Right.
What's your favorite subject in school and why?
Honestly, probably chemistry. It's one of my harder classes.
Okay.
But I don't know. I really like the teacher, Miss Ezekiel. She's really nice, and she's just fun to be around. I mean, you get to do the cool little labs and stuff.
Hey, can't beat that. My son loves chemistry and science, so I can respect that. I know you're a sophomore. What kind of your future plans going past high school? I know you're still a sophomore, but do you have any future plans kind of in mind?
Oh, yeah. I definitely want to go to college. Definitely want to go to IU.
There you go.
Right.
They won tonight, barely, but it's barely.
And I'm looking at psychology mostly, and social work and things in that nature.
Very cool, very cool. So since Thanksgiving's up, I had to add another question. What kind of things do you like, one, for me, eat?
Right.
And what kind of things you like to eat and do on Thanksgiving?
Well, my whole family gets together, my sisters and whatnot. They all come home from college, and we all get together and, eat turkey, of course.
Oh, yeah.
And then we decorate a Christmas tree every year on Thanksgiving.
Very cool, very cool. So anybody want to give a shout-out to real quick?
Actually, my grandpa is not able to come to most of the games for, health reasons, so hi, Grandpa.
there you go. I'm sure that got a kick out of that one, I'll bet. So since, we've been trying this new tradition thing where whoever I interview gets to pick who's next. So I know we got the tournament this weekend. We'll get another interview there. Who do you pick? We've already gotten Chelsea, Delanie, and Whytnie who picked you. So who's next?
I'm going to go with Jaela Faulkner.
Jaela Faulkner is going to be next. We'll mark Jaela down. So this is Andy O'Hara with Alyxa Hostrawser. I'm not sure. We'll hang on. I'll see if Adam wants to do an interview or not, but we'll be right back here on the Triton Trojan Sports Network. All right, we're not going to get an interview tonight with Adam Heckaman. We'll catch him there during the tournament, there for a couple interviews possibly. So we'll be signing off here. Triton falls to 1-6 on the season following a 62-21 defeat to the Northwood Panthers. We'll be right back on Thursday night as we travel, Wednesday night. My goodness, I need a vacation. As we get ready we'll travel here tomorrow night to go to Oregon Davis and take those guys on for Triton Boys' first game of the season. This is Andrew Harris signing off for the Triton Trojans Sports Network.